Our skeleton archers ending in patch 6.3.1. Hot off the desert sands, or the printing presses, we have an in-game correction for what I had thought was the proper intended reload time for skeleton archers, so let's take a good look. Recruited for... just kidding! On Ultra Scale, you get 120 skeletons and 6,840 health between them, which isn't horrendous or anything. Armor of 20 won't win awards. Leadership is 35 default, speed 31, charge speed 35, melee attack a shockingly low 10 by default, attack interval 4.4, no splash damage. Melee defense comes at 14 default. Weapon strength of 20 is split based 17, and armor piercing 3, charge bonus 3, mass 80, which is still heavier than a skink skirmisher. For ranged, ammunition comes at the laughably typical 22. Range of 140 meters isn't bad by any stretch. Missile damage is listed as 14 with the intended reload time post-patch. Each impact does base 10 damage, armor piercing 1 arrow per volley. Reload time is 8.0 seconds, which is what it should have been all along. Total accuracy 20 is standard and gets better with rank. Calibration distance 110 isn't terrible. Calibration area 4.6 meters is not particularly tight, but that's typical for longer ranged archers, and there is no multi-target penetration unless you are playing Khalida, and that is only lately because they bumped up her favorite archers. With Khalida's faction bonuses, quoting the patch notes is plus 1 penetration and plus 33% armor piercing, minimum of 1, meaning that it won't take much boosting before they're doing 2 armor piercing. Khalida's personal aura might well help with that. Going from 1 to 2 is a big deal when shooting Scarbrand. That's my usual example because I've done it and it wasn't fun, but you shoot him enough and... The plus 1 to target penetration means a maximum of 1 target's penned after the first. The unit has very ordinary traits. Hide and Forest causes fear, undead, and compliant with Realm of Souls. In the Redline skills, Arrows of Asaph at 3 pips gives ammunition plus 20% and missile strength plus 8%. Blessing of the Asp would grant rank 7 and up archers ammunition plus 15%, missile strength plus 12%, and missile resistance 15%, all of which would be very good, but this will always be a fairly easily damaged unit, valuable as it is. In the tech tree, Second Dynasty is where it's at. The Quickening gives ammunition plus 15%, yeah, more ammunition, and reload time reduction 10%. Bone Edifice gives armor plus 15, as in 75% of their original value on top, and missile strength plus 10%. No tech increases capacity that I see, but their capacity is from the same building as your advanced infantry, so you naturally get plenty of them as you go. The Asaph Goddess Blessing grants plus 12% missile strength for archers in that lord's army, and Herald of Khemri grants hawkish precision to archers in that army for plus 15% armor-piercing missile strength. That's only when 70 meters or more away from the enemy. So how do we use skeleton archers? This unit exists in a special place I'll call surprisingly useful. You don't think they are, and then they end up superstars. It's not that they're always doing a lot of damage, no, but being shot reduces morale too, so they act as medium-distance sandpaper, constantly wearing down the opponent. Tomb Kings could more easily turn into a rush faction, a slow rush faction, if not for how good the archers can deal with a lot of early game problems. Certainly not all, but I've said it before, a lot of missile units in this game are not 120 entities. Their weakness is thus a strength in that respect. Aside from being able to buff them quite a bit, and veterancy making their scattershot volleys less scattershot and getting out of the quiver faster, it's an issue of matchups. Dark Shards without shields? Shoot them. Shades? Shoot them, preferably with meat shields in front of you. Fellbats? Shoot them until they arrive, then get the cavalry to arrive. Infantry? Shoot them more, they're slow. Trolls? Focus fire, shoot them a lot, and so on. The low armor piercing is of course their main problem over the course of the game, but against anything that isn't pure armor, even things like Saurus Warriors, anything unshielded will feel it, anything shielded will feel it considerably less. Nonetheless, you'd rather have the damage helping out than not. The Regiment of Renown with Armor Sundering should never be forgotten because it's a huge force multiplier for the base unit. Aside from that, just keep in mind that Doom stacking is not viable. These are support, but they are pretty decent at it. And to be blunt, losing them isn't that big a deal outside of that particular battle. so they'll feed your army healing and Ushabti summons and so on, so there is such a thing as trying too hard to save them. Still, you want them held back just enough to keep them shooting, not tied down in melee. You'll get a feel for them soon enough when you use them. Because they're simple archers, you don't usually need to worry about checkerboard formations or fancy stuff like that. Form shield walls and fire over them. The simplicity helps because you have a lot of other things to worry about. Take care, and have fun making bony arrows strike true.